My name is Schultz. I'm a Ngadju bloke from Western Nullarbor. I'm from also the Great Western Woodlands, and we've got the 90-mile beach out there too, and it's Great Australian Bight, Southern Australia. We're counting on Australians in general to support the voice to Parliament for Indigenous to be enshrined within the Constitution. I mean, we've been here 40,000 years, and yet we're still not in there. So it's time for us to grow as a nation, I guess, mature. The voice to Parliament is essential, especially for all us Indigenous right across, even in the outback, in the desert, on the coast, wherever we may be, up north, south, east, west, that we've got a voice in Parliament. Where community gets empowered, and then we begin to save costs on community and begin to see happier communities and less crime and less health issues in the community. But that's got to come straight from the Indigenous representative voice. We have a language that's thousands of years old in this country, thousands of years old. And within that language there's a gold vein that explains this country like the back of your hand. Until we as a nation collectively come together with a voice, we'll be able to extract a lot of that, the gold and the rubies that are within the language throughout this nation. I'm sure we've got to dig into the truth. It's like the doctor. He's got to cut you with the scalpel, cut you deep and bring the poison out from the ulcer. And when the poison comes out, it's going to hurt you, because we deal with truth. It's going to hurt, but eventually we clean it up. The doctor, he cleans you up, and then he puts your ointment, and then he puts the balm and the bandage around you, and he sets you off with some medications to go and heal over there. We're going to hurt as we deal with the truth issue around Australia's history, but it's only going to be for the good, because it's going to heal us. It's going to take away the ulcer. We want a better relationship, and the best way we can do that is by communicating, talking to each other, and walking alongside each other and working out the way forward, because we need a framework how that's going to unfold. And the Uluru Statement and the other such supported documentation that Indigenous Australia supports will help us map that journey forward. We the church. Now, I'm not talking about denominations. I'm talking about we the church, the body of Christ. We need to share our thoughts and values to the rest of our networks, not just to our households. Don't let your bushel be under a bed. Put it out there so that the light can be seen from the top of the beacon. Let's share that Australians, God put the Indigenous people in this Australia first, and we have come and we're now camped alongside of him in Australia. Well, let's support him in his hour of need, and the hour of need is the voice to Parliament. Don't let our success and our abundance, what's coming from Indigenous lands, blind us to the humble Aboriginal, because it might be just that small voice that God is appealing to Australians. Today we're asking for the Australian people to open the doors for Indigenous people to have a voice to Parliament enshrined in the Constitution. It's a simple thing. It's communication. We support the democratic process of elections for the positions to go through to the voice and into Parliament. That gives us a traditional, appropriate way of doing things that's acceptable across Australia, but it also gives us accountability back to the local level, so we can keep the people accountable. We just see we need our voice in there because we don't want a repeat of Juukan Gorge. I mean, progress for iron ore, for gold, the nickel, the lithium, and all the rest that's coming out of Indigenous lands, fine. Let's do that in a properly structured way through Parliament, so that we don't get more Juukan Gorge happening, where our sacred sites and stuff are desecrated and walked right over, and there's a civil way we can work this through, and we're hoping Australia could be civilised soon. Come across and listen to the Indigenous voice, but allow us first to speak and open the doors at the voice to Parliament in Australia.